What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be doing a deck talk on agents. Normally I try to show like a deck list when I talk about a deck, at least with the more recent ones, but this one I really can't. There's too many variants of agents to cover, in my opinion, to like show individual deck lists for them. So I'm just going to show like a main template of the main template for monsters is like a chaos agent type build, and the spells and traps you can use at your discretion. But normally agents split off into a few versions. There's chaos agents, TG agents, there's trooper agents, and they all run very much different cards. Of course, TG agents would run parts of the TG engine in them. Trooper agents would run Card Trooper. Chaos agents obviously run Dark Monsters with the boss monsters. Dark Monsters with the boss monsters being Chaos Sorcerer and BLS. Overall, this deck is actually a really good deck this format. That's why I decided to do this one next. With Earth back to 3, the deck's going to be doing a lot more searching. It's going to be able to search out Venus really early and get the plays going pretty quickly. So generically, the deck will win by just putting a pretty decent field up and making sure you can't break it, and then gaining slow, big monsters from there. So a common play would be first turn Earth, search Venus, next turn Venus, special 2 Shine Balls, set up a Gotchi, and let your opponent go, because there's not too much they can actually do. They really can't answer a Gotchi that easily, and 2,000 attack points is quite a bit. And from there they're able to banish cards for Hyperion to put a boss monster on the field, and then they can start dropping Christias, BLSs, and Chaos Sorcerers. So after that, they'll just drop boss monsters. Then they'll play hand traps, of course, and they have this little hand trap, which is annoying. Essentially, like, using effects to try to get around the deck, it can work, but it can also get you to lose, because they can just ditch this and a fairy type monster, and you lose what you were trying to go for. I remember when I played Dino Rabbit, I really didn't like the agent matchup because I would try to negate stuff with Logia, and they would always have the Herald of Orange Light. Normally 1 is the right number. Some people like to play 2. Again, that's your opinion on what you want to do, player preference. But overall, that's how the deck is really going to try to beat you. It's going to just set up a pretty strong field, and actually, if you break that field too, they have Gores and Double Trag a lot, at least in the Chaos builds. I feel like the Chaos build is the best build of agents, though. It's a very solid build to go with. The TG build just does a bit more searching, and I'd say it's probably more, maybe more consistent. I don't know. Having 3 Earth might just make Chaos agents like that much better. But now, how should you be playing against the deck? Well, to start off, a good side deck card against them, and some people really question me when I say this, but it works. I've used it enough times myself to know it actually can really ruin your opponent's day. Setting up a Imperial Iron Wall against this deck is really annoying, because they can't use these guys at all. That's 5 cards in their deck that are dead straight away. And having 5 cards in your deck be dead is kind of great. Next, this is going to sound pretty bad because Thunder King's at 1, but if you can stop their searches by any way, shape, or form, that's awesome. If you can Veiler the Earth, don't let them get the searches that they're going to need to get the deck rolling into its correct playstyle. That's really almost all you can do against the deck. I mean, it's not like it swarms the field, so Max C actually doesn't hurt the deck too much. I mean, the most you're going to do is you're going to stop a Venus play, and like you'll get a draw, but I mean you're not getting a plus because normally they'll just stop and then do it next turn. Um, but that's my opinion on agents. Just try to not let them remove stuff from plays. Try to stop their searches early. And this, I mean, having Valor against the deck just works wonders. Um, but yeah, that's essentially all I have to say about agents. It's a really good deck. It's really cheap. BLS getting its reprint, Hyperion and all this stuff was in a structure deck. Starter deck? No, it was a structure deck. Gores is a common. This is probably the most expensive card in the deck, actually, after the reprint. Actually, yes, this is the most expensive card in the deck after the reprint of BLS. But like this video if you want to hear more information about up-and-coming decks and how to play against them and what they do. And subscribe to my channel if you think it's appropriate. Like, check out some of my other videos if you like this one. You might like a lot more. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, bye.